This is video 10 of the 10 video series on IELTS, listening, reading, speaking, writing modules. We have covered all 4 modules here in this series for free. If you have not checked out the previous 9 videos, check them out in the description in my complete playlist. These lessons are extremely important and they are no fluff lessons. There's no extra detail. We discuss templates, vocabulary, resources, everything to the point, just to get you the most efficient preparation in the least amount of time possible. So check that out, highly useful. In today's video, we're once again gonna cover all 4 modules. What I'm gonna discuss here is how you can practice and prepare for IELTS at home for an unlimited amount of time. The more time you spend, the better you will get in all 4 modules. You don't need mock tests or fancy software. You just need this kind of practice and you can do it on your own. Now, if you do need something guaranteed with more efficient results and faster delivery, you can check out the links in the description. We offer classes, courses, and we guarantee your improvement. Just check out our offering in the link and you will be blown away with what you see, the features, the reviews, and a lot more. Now, let's start with reading in this video. This website that I'm looking at, it's called theguardian.com. It's a free website and it's based on news that's happening around the world. This is an academic website. Okay, so why I like this is because when you read articles here, they really simulate the difficulty of the IELTS exam, whether it's general or academic. Nowadays, general is very notorious for having very academic words. So here's how you want to practice. You want to read articles here that you like, but not just read them, you want to read them with a strategy that'll improve your comprehension skills. Here's what I mean. So we're looking at this news about the Arctic Ocean levels, and let's say I read from here. Using the most recent satellite observations of sea ice coverage, the researchers found that the 2005 to 2024 slowdown was temporary rather than sustained. What all of this means is we found out that the slowdown between these years was temporary. Okay, that's the main idea. Give yourself a heading. Got it. Now, this doctor, lead author of whatever, school of whatever, said that what looked like a pause in the early 2020s now appears to have just been a temporary slowdown within a longer term decline. So again, as you saw, I'm ignoring all the details like the exact person, the place where he's from, university or whatever. My goal is to get the main idea. And this is that, once again, they're reinforcing the idea of temporary. It was just a temporary slowdown and it's going to have a long-term decline. It was not like a big pause in the decline. Okay, great. So what I've done here is summarized these words to myself and explained it to myself in my own words. I have also paraphrased it and I've also ignored the unnecessary information. What I have done is made the concept clearer to myself in my own words without being confused with the complex words that are here already. When I do this, it improves my comprehension, and this will translate directly to my improvement in my comprehension skills in the IELTS reading test. Now, once I get better at this, I want to go with longer paragraphs. Now I'm going to translate all of this in my head, in my own words. Then maybe I'm going to take another paragraph and again, do it in my head. Make things harder for yourself as you go, and you will see the actual reading test will look like a piece of cake. Similarly, when we do listening, you want to go on YouTube, you can find lots of videos. What I like is academic videos, news videos, debate videos, something like this. And this is what I'm going to do. Let me show you with example.
They could freak themselves out about that without social media. Not as much as, when I was a kid, we would get angry about things the Republicans did, and there was like 1 or 2 every week.
So the guy said something about they are discussing social media, and the previous guy said something about people freaking out without social media. This guy's talking about how when they were young, they likely didn't have social media, but they were freaking out about the news regarding Republicans, what they were doing. Now, this is me explaining this to myself in my own words. They didn't say everything that I just said, but I'm saying that to make it more relatable to me. Let's continue.
Now it's like every hour. Well, this is a much more politically vicious time. That is another major way in which this is just a worse time. Like, our politics are so broken and so horrible. Choices that political actors have made, like, that didn't have to be made. The inability to talk about anything other than Donald Trump for 5 straight years is bad for everyone's psyche, no matter if you love him or hate him.
So the previous guy was talking about how the news was coming in weeks and now it's every hour. Then this guy here changed the topic slightly. He is not answering that question directly. He's talking about how politics itself is toxic. You don't have to talk about Trump for 5 years, and it's getting to the point where people are getting frustrated with it. Okay, good. Again, I am explaining this to myself in my own words. As I get better, I'm going to take a minute the next time and then pause. Then 1.5 minutes and then pause. I'm going to make the time longer and see if I can still summarize, get the main idea, and improve my listening this way. Again, this will translate directly into how much information you can retain when you do IELTS listening. Let's talk about writing and speaking. Here's the good news for you. When you are doing writing and you need feedback, you can simply send it to us for free. We will check your writing task 1 and task 2. Every student gets 1 free feedback from HZad Education. You can email these writings to us at info@hzadeducation.com. The email is in the description. There's no charge, no catch. You send us the writing, we give you feedback. Now, if you want our services, you can continue. If you like our feedback, you can continue afterwards. But the first feedback is free. However, when you're at home and you're checking your writing yourself, you have to look at a few things. Number 1, did you answer the question? You would be surprised how many people miss this. Look at your answer and read the question again. Was that answered? Number 1. Number 2, are you explaining the why and how behind the things you say? Because a lot of times people give points without explaining the processes behind them. That is your task description, task response marks. Use Grammarly for grammar errors. It's a free software and it will use AI to help you with grammar. Take ChatGPT's advice as well for AI. For English improvement, not the overall scoring. ChatGPT and other AI suck at marking you for the IELTS exam. They give you very different scores than what you will actually get. Luckily, we have an AI software which is built specifically for IELTS. Again, that's part of our paid packages and tutoring. If you're interested in that, again, check out the links in the description. But don't let ChatGPT tell you you're going to get an 8 band because you might get a 6. If it says you might get a 5 band, you might get a 7. Never listen to the overall scoring. Just English improvement might be good for you. Did you do the right paragraphs? You have to divide each part of the information in different paragraphs. In task 1, in emails, you have to do the greetings in separate paragraphs as well. Are there advanced words or are you using basic words? Did you use connectors? Very important. They have a lot of marks. When you speak, the most important thing you want to do is record your speaking using a sound recorder or your laptop or phone. It's very easy. We all have sound recorders now. Record yourself and then play your voice. You gotta do this, and I'm gonna tell you that my top scorers, my top students always record their voice and do this practice. When you play your voice, you're gonna discover a lot of mistakes. And the mistakes you wanna watch out for are fluency, pauses, are you using the right pauses, connectors, task response, did you answer the question exactly as it was asked, or did you drift away? Gestures, for this you need video recordings so you can see if your gestures are good, and gestures don't have a lot of marks, but they do have some marks. So your confidence, gestures, eye contact, they contain a little bit of marks, and you want to check that as well. Are you using advanced words? Are you elaborating your ideas? Again, ask yourself why and how after each answer. So you push yourself to elaborate. Are you clear or are you eating up your words? Are you slurring? And here, never use ChatGPT for speaking. What happens when you are using the voice recorder on ChatGPT, if you have the paid version, is it does not look at every element of your speaking because it has a processing capacity, it has a limit. If you record a response, especially for the cue card, like 2 minutes, or long responses, it ignores a lot of the response you have said and it focuses on just a few things. It does not look at the entire answer against the marking criteria. So ChatGPT and other AI actually suck for even English improvement for the overall answer because they ignore a lot of things. This would be very useless for you to do. Even if you're weak in English, you're just better off listening to yourself and identifying your mistakes based on this criteria instead of listening to the AI's marking. And again, the best thing you can do is invest in a teacher. Contact us. We'll give you feedback sessions on speaking and any other module you need help with. Guys, that wraps up our 10 video series. If you liked this video, please like, share, subscribe, because this is definitely not the end of our content. There's a lot more IELTS content coming up. And as you know, on this channel, what I like to do is give you direct IELTS information without fancy intros, without fluffy information, without animations, just direct info to the point that actually helps you with your exam, as it has been helping more than 50,000 students that my company has tutored, and I have been tutoring for more than 16 years. Make sure you use this advice wisely, and now it's up to you to really prepare and get those scores. I'll see you next time. Take care.